to the motion by Honorable Nicholas Osai, and that is that we also include the Inspector General of Police among the persons that we should invite. I say so, Mr. Speaker, because I also read with concern the letter or advice purportedly written by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. He said he was advising the IGP. But, Mr. Speaker, the question we also need to ask the IGP is, did he seek the advice of the Attorney General of the Federation? Because why would he seek the advice of the Attorney General of the Federation in the face of the clear and express wordings of Section 11, subsection 4 of the Constitution, which, like the House leader said, is self-executory? Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious issue. And like Honorable Raf Nana said, it took the IGP so many weeks to comply with the express directions of this National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, that cannot be taken lightly. Mr. Speaker, the powers of the Attorney General are stated in Section 174 of the Constitution and also 150, which establishes his office. That of the IGP is in Section 217 of the Constitution. The IGP, as has been said, can only be directed by the minister of the, by the president or a minister acting on the directive of the president. The AG has not said the president directed him to act. And even if the president is directing him, it's only, what Section 217 says, is only to provide, to protect public order when there is disorder. But, Mr. Speaker, Section 11.4 gives us the power which we acted when there was no public order in the Kogi State House of Assembly, and we set up a fact-finding committee. We didn't just take over, we set up a fact-finding committee which found as a fact that Kogi State House of Assembly was not sitting because there was no order in Kogi State House of Assembly. That has not been reported. So, Mr. Speaker, it is of the utmost importance that the IGP himself comes to explain whether he sought for the advice of the Attorney General and why he even delayed in complying with the directive of this House. Mr. Speaker, secondly, Mr. Speaker, and this is very serious, if it is true that the AG acted in the way that he did, that will be a contravention, that will be a serious disciplinary issue. He ought to be taken before the legal practitioners disciplinary committee, because there are so many reasons for that. Because, Mr. Speaker, there's even the issue of impersonation or even perjury in that. So there are so many issues there. Mr. Speaker, lastly, let me distinguish the issue of advice, that our resolutions are merely advisory and not law. I think he was confusing Section 58 of the Constitution. If you read the marginal notes of Section 58 of the Constitution, it says general legislative powers. It is not specific. That's why I thank Honorable Sadiq, who pointed out another specific provision of the Constitution, that is Section 88, which gives us specific powers. 11.4 is also specific. So why would the Attorney General want to mislead the entire public by using a general provision which says you can make laws by passing three bills, first reading, second reading, third reading before assent. 11.4 does not say make a law. It says once the House of Assembly cannot sit, then the National Assembly can use its powers to take over that House of Assembly and in fact make laws. Finally, Mr. Speaker, there's another area that I think we too, we are remiss in our own duties. Mr. Speaker, by now, we ought to have received communication from the governor of Kogi State. In passing even the budget of Kogi State, we read in the papers that the governor of Kogi State took his own budget to one faction of the House of Assembly and was given cover by the police. Mr. Speaker, that's a very serious issue, because as of the date that the National Assembly passed our own resolution, it means that we have taken over Kogi State House Assembly. Why has nothing come from Kogi State Assembly to the floor of the National Assembly? We ought to investigate that and do something about it, because as of now, anything that has to do with legislative business of Kogi State will be done by the House of Reps and the Senate. So that also ought to be investigated and acted upon. Is it that we have not communicated the governor of Kogi State that now we are the lawmakers of Kogi State, because he is in danger? If he dares to be going to whether Attorney General or the IG or Chief of Staff or the President or anybody, he faces the risk of us impeaching him in this house, because now we are the legislature of Kogi State House of Assembly. Mr. Speaker, I thought I should add these other angles to this matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.